Hello, I'm John Henick. I'm Associate Vice President for Academic Affairs at Kirkwood. I've worked with Kirkwood's accelerated programs early on when it began as a partnership with Mount Mercy in the late 90s when it was called Advance. In the early years, the courses offered in the Advance program were specific to business. Advanced students were able to articulate into several business majors at Mount Mercy upon completing their degree at Kirkwood. Since that time, the program has evolved and courses have changed focus. Our courses are no longer focused on specific to the business department. Courses have gravitated more towards the liberal arts transfer area. Although Mount Mercy is still a strong supporter and partner, the transfer options for our students are no longer exclusively with Mount Mercy. Our goal for the future is to grow the accelerated format even more at Kirkwood. For the past few semesters, we've expanded our course offering locations and modalities. In addition to the Lynn Regional Center in Hiawatha, we're also offering face-to-face classes at our Coralville Center located on the campus of the University of Iowa Research Park. We're also experiencing great interest in enrollment growth in our online accelerated classes. A few of our face-to-face classes have also expanded their reach by using the Zoom web conferencing software to include remote students who have been unable to attend our live classes in person. We hope to continue to grow enrollments in more locations and modalities. We see future growth in expanding program offerings. We'll be expanding our curriculum offerings with the additional Kirkwood program areas and departments and working with faculty to adapt their curriculum to fit the adult accelerated format. A couple of examples will be to offer Kirkwood's entire business management program in the adult accelerated format. We also look forward to adding some certificates in specialized areas like project management. Another potential addition to the adult accelerated lineup is the paralegal program. In order to accomplish the expansion of the adult accelerated program, Kirkwood has slightly modified and expanded the staffing and support structure of the accelerated program. As you know, when Kay Bone retired last spring, Anthony Jensen was hired as the new program manager. Anthony is housed on the main campus and is working with directors of various locations and delivery formats that offer the adult accelerated programs. Anthony reports directly to me in the academic affairs and will be working more closely with deans and directors for all areas of the college to expand academic program offerings in the accelerated format. In addition to the change in Anthony's role, we added a new person to the college and the adult accelerated support team. Mike Dillon is an instructional designer. He comes to us with extensive teaching, assessment, and curriculum design experience and training. Mike is working with faculty to assist in modifying curriculum and course activities to best adapt teaching and learning practices for the accelerated audience. Mike is also a specialist in the area of competency-based education. Later, in this video, you'll learn more about competency-based education, or CBE, from Todd Pruscia. I'll close my update by sharing that I'm excited to be involved again with Kirkwood's accelerated adult learning format. I look forward to working with you to help the program grow and to continue to graduate hundreds of successful students. Thank you for continuing to be a part of the Adult Accelerated program. And if you have questions, ideas for growth, or other items to share, please stop by, call, or email. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Todd Pruscia, Kirkwood's Executive Dean of Distance Learning. Like John, my connection with the Adult Learning Program dates back to the early years of the Advanced partnership with Mount Mercy College. Back then it was still a college and not a university system. Over the years, I've continued my connection with the Kirkwood program by working with Kay Bone and Mindy Thornton in offering accelerated KTS and online classes. And for the past 2 years, I've also been teaching in the Adult Accelerated program. I'm one of the instructors teaching the initial program class, Tools for Life seminar. Until this semester, this course has been offered strictly in a face-to-face format. Currently, though, this block, we're piloting the first online section of Tools for Life. Not only is this course being piloted online, it's also being offered as a competency-based course. The goal of our competency-based education program is to help adult learners enhance their professional and academic skills by efficiently earning credit through demonstration of competencies that lead to the course success and ultimately certifications and degrees. And here's how I explain competency-based education to the students in my current online tools class. So I tell them, like other adult accelerated classes, you'll have 5 weeks to complete the class. But we're not grading you or rating you on the minutes or the days or the weeks or really keeping track of that. Our focus is that you master the learning outcomes for this class. As adults with full-time working experience, you may have already mastered some of the outcomes or the competencies in this class. If that's the case, you'll be able to prove proficiency in that outcome, and then you move on to other outcomes that may require more focus, more study time, and more of your attention. So I also tell them that as their facilitator for this class, you'll need to communicate directly with me on most of the aspects of the class. Although they do have fellow classmates enrolled in the class, it'll be limited to pretty much to an introduction for themselves to the other students to learn a little bit more about them. Since they're working mostly at their own pace and depending on their proficiencies with the class outcomes, their interaction with other students in the class will be quite limited. Not all of the CBE classes are online, and not all of the CBE classes are self-paced. The goal of the course, though, for these students is to be very familiar with the course competencies and the various authentic assessments necessary to prove proficiency in each of those competencies. So as I mentioned earlier, this is the pilot course, and we hope to gain a great deal of insight into the competency-based education delivery format, the CBE format, through this experience. This CBE course that I'm teaching now was designed and led by Mike Dillon. So after learning the course competencies, Mike collaborated with the other instructors and myself and the presenters that we have for this class to determine how each of the competencies could be assessed, and then the steps that the students would need to take to progress through the various modules to demonstrate competency. Grading throughout the course is not assigned through points or letter grades. Rather, there are indicators of competencies as assessed through a consistent set of rubrics, and the students are really familiar with these rubrics. In order to complete a module, the students might see needs improvement, and that would be coded red, approaching proficiency, and that would be coded yellow, proficient, and that would be coded green, or they might see a green exceeds a proficiency. So in order to complete a module, the students must achieve a minimum rating of proficient. Behind the scenes, we're calculating a point value that will be used to assign a final grade. Now in this course, we consider 80% to be proficient. So therefore, students' final grades are actually limited to just 3 letter grades. It might be an A, or a B, or an F. An A would indicate that they exceed proficiencies. A B would mean that they're proficient, or at 80% or above, and an F would mean that they have not met all the proficiencies in the class. Mike is currently working with our other accelerated instructors who are teaching courses in the business management track to develop some more upcoming CBE online courses. Those courses are Principles of Supervision, Intro to Business, and Project Management Basics. Another course under development for CBE and online delivery through the accelerated program is Intro to Law, and that's a paralegal program course. We hope to learn a lot about the CBE process by piloting this. Please note that Mike is available to all faculty in teaching adult accelerated classes. He can assist with tips and techniques in teaching in the accelerated format as well as the CBE format for concepts and design help. That kind of concludes my update. Please let me know if you have questions or suggestions or other ideas for accelerated course delivery. I'm always available by phone, email, or in person. Thanks.
Greetings! My name is Anthony Jensen, and I am the Program Manager for Kirkwood's Adult Accelerated Learning Program. Most days you can find me in the Distance Learning Suite in Lynn Hall. I graduated from Kirkwood in 2005 and started working at Kirkwood in 2012 with the Lynn County College Credit and High School team. I was humbled to take over the Adult Accelerated Program Manager role from Kay Bone in July of 2016. She certainly left big shoes to fill. I'm passionate about adult learners because I was one myself, and I understand the challenges that come along with being one. I look at my role as helping to reduce barriers and increase access to potential adult accelerated students. If you've heard me present, then you know I'm excited about the potential opportunities for growing accelerated right here in the corridor. One reason is because of a study from November of 2015 that said that nationally, 70% of students pursuing a four-year degree are over the age of 25 or has a family. 70%. Currently, accelerated makes up about 1.3% of Kirkwood's total student body. Non-traditional students are the new traditional students, and we need to find a way to cater to the needs of these students to get them enrolled and help them graduate. I've heard that accelerated is Kirkwood's best kept secret. My mission is to never hear that again. We have a 95.5% pass rate in accelerated, which is one of the best pass rates for any delivery format at Kirkwood. If our current students are our best spokespeople, I want to do a better job of utilizing them to help spread the good word of accelerated. I've also been meeting with a number of partners inside of Kirkwood to increase the awareness of accelerated internally. I've met with the advising council, the department coordinators, the center assistants, and presented at both collaborative learning days and the annual department sharing event. I've also been attending orientations on main campus and hosting a special lunch for students over 21 to learn about this format. One project that we've started is a business canvas model, which is a global standard used by millions of people in organizations of all sizes. We're using the canvas to describe, design, challenge, and pivot the accelerated model. It has already helped us develop the following elevator pitch. Our adult accelerated learning helps employers and working adults who want to advance skills by reducing time and cost to provide flexible options for career advancement. You probably knew all of this, but the process has allowed us to put our values into words that we can all use when promoting accelerated. As part of the business canvas model, we're currently in the customer discovery phase, where we've been meeting with different organizations in the community to identify common themes with their points of pain regarding recruitment and retention. We hope to find an opportunity to pivot the accelerated format to meet the needs of our employers. In the next few months, we'll start having online informational sessions that potential students can watch and participate in from the comfort of their home or office. We'll make you aware of these dates so that you can refer any potential students to it or watch yourself. Many of you have roles outside of Kirkwood in the community, and I'd love to hear from you if you ever come across an opportunity that would benefit in learning about accelerated. Lastly, as John said, our goal is to strengthen our partnership with Mount Mercy University while developing partnerships with other schools that offer robust accelerated learning formats. You may have noticed a growing presence of transfer schools at both Lynn and Johnson County Regional Centers. The idea is to allow students to build a healthy relationship with these schools and decide which option is best for them after Kirkwood. While you will continue to see changes come to accelerated as we try new and innovative things, we will always try to do what is best for our students and the program. I'm always available for coffee and conversation, so stop by the Distance Learning Suite or send me an email to meet with you. Thank you for your commitment to Kirkwood, the Adult Accelerated format, and our students. I look forward to seeing you soon.
Hi, I'm Dave Hunt, Director of Distance Learning at Kirkwood. I know I've had the opportunity to meet many of you, but I'm looking forward to meeting those of you who I haven't had the chance to meet in person. I wanted to spend a few minutes and explain a little bit more about our online courses. As you may know, over the last few years, we've been adding accelerated courses online. These courses run during the same blocks as our other accelerated courses and are either 5 or 10 weeks. I frequently get questions from our faculty asking how they can teach online and our online accelerated courses. So I wanted to explain that process. We prefer our faculty to have classroom experience with Kirkwood before having them teach online. We find that makes the course experience better for the faculty and the students. While that's our preference, it's not always possible, so we look at those situations on a case-by-case basis. We ask all of our new online faculty to complete a massive open online course, also called a MOOC, titled Teaching Online: Reflections on Practice. This course is taught by Emily McWorthy and Alan Paterka, who are instructional designers here at Kirkwood. They offer this course about every semester, and we'll try to share the upcoming course offering dates in the newsletter. If you're interested in teaching online, we always recommend you take this course first. If we have a need to offer a course and you're selected to teach that course, we'll assign you to an instructional designer who will help you get your online course ready. The instructional designer will get assigned at a welcome or kickoff meeting where we explain the differences in our face-to-face policies and our online policies, as well as explain who will be your person for support as your course is going on. Typically, our accelerated courses, Mike Dillon will be the instructional designer assigned to you. Mike will help ensure that you're covering the course outcomes and that the course activities align with the course outcomes. Usually, faculty will meet with the instructional designer 2 to 3 times during the build process. Lastly, before the course is scheduled to open, we do a course demo. This is your chance to show off your new course and get another set of eyes. We try to ask you questions about things that we're not perfectly clear on to clarify those things before students enroll in the course. That's a brief overview of what faculty can expect if you agree to teach online. Another frequent question we get is how we determine which courses we'll offer online in the accelerated format. Course scheduling is tricky in all formats. To determine which online courses we're going to offer, we work with the team and we look at the needs of our students and what their intended majors are. We take into consideration the block and number of face-to-face courses we're offering during those same blocks. Our group meets multiple times to review the schedule, and we try to offer the right number of courses and the right format of courses to meet the needs of our students. If you have any suggestions or are hearing from students about courses they would like to see offered online or face-to-face, please pass those along. I look forward to meeting more of you, and if you have any questions, feel free to email me or give me a call. Thanks for all the great work you do for Kirkwood.
Hi everybody, my name is Mike Dillon. I am an instructional designer here at Kirkwood. You can find me in the distance learning office on the main campus. One of my main roles is supporting instructors who are teaching in the Adult Accelerated program. The Adult Accelerated format presents a variety of unique challenges when it comes to course design and development. First, as the name of the program implies, adult learners are the focus. As you know, working with adult learners is different than working with younger students. For example, adult learners are often motivated to learn for different reasons. They are generally internally motivated to learn. They usually have a specific reason or purpose for engaging in the learning process, and they are often self-directed. It is important to remember, though, that adult learners need to see the relevancy or applicability of the content in order to truly stay engaged. This is related to the fact that adult learners bring with them to the classroom a unique set of prior life and work experiences. These experiences shape their learning processes and need to be considered when designing and developing classroom instruction and activities. Second, the Adult Accelerated program is built around courses that are, well, accelerated. Whether a course is taught in 5 weeks, 8 weeks, or 10 weeks, the pace at which you and the students move through the content has been significantly increased. The accelerated pace raises a lot of questions when it comes to the design of a course. How do you ensure that all of the necessary content is addressed in a shorter period of time? How do you decide what learning activities should be presented in and out of class? How do you best leverage technology and other resources to ensure that you and your students can effectively and efficiently manage the demands of a course? These questions, among others, need to be carefully considered when making decisions about the design of a course. So, the Adult Accelerated program blends all of the characteristics of teaching adult learners while doing so at an accelerated pace. As I already mentioned, part of my job is to help you navigate the unique challenges that accompany the process of designing, developing, and delivering courses that are part of the Adult Accelerated modality. Please do not hesitate to contact me if you ever have any questions or need anything from me. I am here to help in any way that I can. Shifting gears, another one of my roles here at Kirkwood involves competency-based education, or CBE. Competency-based education, in a nutshell, is an approach to teaching and learning that focuses on students becoming proficient at identified knowledge and skills, with less focus on the amount of time required to develop that proficiency. In other words, competency-based education is built on student learning rather than on time spent in the classroom. Thinking about the learning process from a CBE perspective requires a major shift in how you think about designing and developing a course or a program. Backward design is the concept we have adopted to help aid in the development process. When it comes to backward design, you have to start by clearly defining the competencies that students need to develop. What knowledge does the student need to acquire? What skills does the student need to develop? What abilities should the student have when all is said and done? Once the competencies have been clearly articulated, you then need to figure out how best to authentically assess a student's level of proficiency. Assessments can take on a variety of forms: objective tests, performance-based assessments, and so on. The key is that the assessment provides a valid and reliable determination of the student's proficiency on the targeted competency. Once the competencies and corresponding assessments are in place, you finally determine and curate the instructional pathways that can support students in the learning process as they progress towards demonstrating their proficiency on the identified assessments. A competency-based approach influences just about every aspect of the student experience: the course itself, grading, pacing, but it also affects other things like the role of the instructor, logistical issues like scheduling and financial aid, and so on. Because CBE is not simple, and because it raises a lot of questions, we are currently in the process of trying to figure out what CBE might look like here at Kirkwood. To this end, we are working on several pilots to gather information and to explore what may or may not work. As Todd mentioned in his video segment, we are currently piloting a CBE version of the Tools for Life course. I am also working with several instructors to develop CBE versions of their courses in the areas of business management and paralegal studies. These courses will not only be competency-based, but they will also be offered through the Adult Accelerated program. Our hope is to pilot these courses during various blocks of the upcoming academic year. We are looking to gather as much information from the pilots as we can in order to figure out what direction CBE might take. If you have any questions about competency-based education, please let me know. In closing, I just want to remind you that I am here as a support person for you in your role as an instructor. My role is in no way evaluative. I am simply here for you to lean on if you need help in adapting your class to meet the needs of adult learners or the demands of an accelerated pace. Let me know if there is anything that I could do to be of assistance. Feel free to call me, send me an email, or drop by my office with any questions, comments, or suggestions that you have. Thank you.